You know what's truly fascinating about people with exceptionally high intelligence? They almost never look the way we expect. We picture the genius as the loud, obvious one, constantly talking, solving complex problems out loud, dropping facts, or dominating every room with brilliance. But decades of cognitive psychology research show the opposite. Real intelligence isn't about how much you know or how loudly you perform it. It's about how your brain processes the world, quietly, relentlessly, in patterns most people never notice. These high IQ minds operate on a different operating system. Their prefrontal cortex runs deeper simulations, their pattern recognition systems fire faster, and their cognitive flexibility lets them update beliefs in real time. The result? Subtle daily habits that don't scream genius, they whisper it. Here are 10 surprisingly common habits that research consistently links to very high intelligence. And yes, you've probably seen them, maybe even mistaken them for something else entirely. Number 1, they spend a lot of time alone. Not because they dislike people, but because solitude is rocket fuel for their brains. The prefrontal cortex, the region responsible for planning, reflection, deep problem solving, and abstract thinking, needs uninterrupted space to run its most complex operations. A landmark study from the London School of Economics, Kanazawa and Lee, 2016, found that highly intelligent individuals actually report lower life satisfaction when they socialize frequently. Their brains crave quiet the way athletes crave recovery. In that silence, ideas connect, mental models get stress tested, and breakthroughs happen. What looks like isolation to others is actually high-performance cognitive training. Number 2, they're endlessly, almost compulsively curious, not just about big philosophical questions, but about everything. Why does this system work this way? Why do people behave exactly like that in this situation? Their brains treat the world as one giant data set, constantly hunting for patterns, anomalies, and hidden rules. This isn't random. It's the openness to experience trait that strongly correlates with fluid intelligence. Curiosity becomes their default operating mode, an internal engine that never idles. While others accept surface answers, the high IQ mind keeps drilling until the mechanism is fully understood. Number 3, they talk to themselves, out loud. Psychologists call it self-directed speech, and it's a powerful cognitive tool. Multiple studies, including work from Bangor University, show that verbalizing your own thoughts improves focus, strengthens working memory, and enhances problem-solving accuracy. The brain essentially uses language as an external hard drive. It organizes chaotic internal streams, flags contradictions, and simulates outcomes more clearly. When you see someone quietly narrating their grocery list or walking through a decision, it's not eccentricity. It's an elite cognitive system running diagnostics in real time. Number 4, they're completely comfortable saying, "I don't know." In fact, they say it often and without hesitation. This is the exact opposite of the Dunning-Kruger effect, where less competent people overestimate their knowledge. High IQ individuals have a sharper awareness of complexity and uncertainty. They see the vast web of unknowns surrounding every topic, so admitting gaps feels natural, even necessary. It's intellectual humility in action, and it keeps their mental models accurate instead of inflated. Paradoxically, this willingness to look uninformed is one of the strongest signals of genuine intelligence. Number 5, they overthink even the smallest things. The same analytical machinery that solves hard problems never fully powers down. A casual conversation gets replayed with multiple interpretations. A minor decision spawns branching scenario trees. Externally, it can look like indecision or anxiety. Internally, it's the brain stress testing mental models, weighing probabilities, and optimizing outcomes. This hyper-analysis is exhausting, but it's also why high IQ people often make fewer long-term mistakes. Their minds are running 4K simulations, while everyone else is still watching in standard definition. Number 6, they possess a sharp, often dark sense of humor. Humor isn't frivolous, it's cognitively demanding. To create or even appreciate sophisticated humor, the brain must detect patterns, violate expectations, connect distant concepts, and switch frames instantly. Research published in Cognitive Processing, Austria, found that people who enjoy and produce dark humor score significantly higher on both verbal and nonverbal intelligence tests. The correlation is so strong that in some studies of children, it reached 68%. What looks like inappropriate joking is often the mind's most efficient way of demonstrating advanced pattern recognition and cognitive flexibility. Number 7, they change their minds quickly when new evidence appears. Beliefs aren't part of their identity, they're temporary working models. New data arrives, the model updates immediately. This is cognitive flexibility, one of the strongest markers of high fluid intelligence. Most people cling to views because changing them feels like admitting defeat. High IQ minds treat changing your mind as a feature, not a bug. It keeps their understanding of reality calibrated at the highest possible resolution. Number 8, they're often night owls, mentally sharper after dark. Many report their best thinking happens between 11 p.m. and 4 a.m. Recent research from Imperial College London links later chronotypes with superior cognitive performance in several domains. Evolutionarily, a more flexible brain adapts better to non-standard schedules. While the world sleeps, distractions drop, the default mode network lights up, and creative connections flow more freely. Late-night thinking isn't laziness. It's optimized cognitive prime time. Number 9, they observe far more than they speak. In conversations, they stay quiet longer than expected. They're mapping social dynamics, reading micro-expressions, tracking power structures, and predicting responses before they happen. This isn't shyness. It's high-powered pattern recognition applied to human behavior. Their brains are collecting high-resolution data, while others are already broadcasting. When they finally speak, the insight is usually precise, concise, and several steps ahead. Number 10, they're constantly searching for deeper meaning. High intelligence often brings heightened awareness of complexity in society, relationships, human motivation, and existence itself. This creates a quiet but persistent drive to understand why things are the way they are. It's not dramatic philosophy every day. Sometimes it's just an internal question that never quite goes away. Why do we think the way we do? This search for meaning keeps their minds engaged across decades. It turns ordinary experiences into data points in a lifelong quest to decode human nature. Now pause for a second and consider how often we misread these behaviors completely. The person who prefers solitude looks antisocial. The one who asks endless questions seems skeptical or annoying. The one who changes their mind appears weak or inconsistent. The late-night thinker gets called lazy. The quiet observer gets labeled shy or aloof. We mistake sophisticated cognitive processes for personality flaws because the external signals don't match our outdated stereotype of what smart is supposed to look like. And that's the most beautiful part. Intelligence at its core isn't about memorizing facts or winning arguments. It's about curiosity that never switches off. It's a brain that keeps hunting patterns, questioning assumptions, updating models, and trying to solve the strangest puzzle of all, human existence. The most intelligent people rarely announce their intelligence. They simply move through the world differently, thinking deeper, seeing farther, adapting faster. Next time you notice someone quietly talking to themselves, laughing at a dark joke at 2 a.m., or admitting they don't know something, look again. You might be watching one of the sharpest minds on the planet in its natural state, and maybe, just maybe, you'll recognize a little of that same quiet brilliance in yourself.